Again, I think you already know this. Today is a lab day. I'm asking that you give me 5 to 10 minutes max at the beginning. First thing, I'm supposed to tell all of you, because I politely got reamed over the weekend, that I'm supposed to let you know, and this is both classes. It's nobody special. I'm just saying it. I put down in here that how I had been letting people between 12:30 and 1, or in your case, basically up till 9 o'clock, I was marking tardy. She's like, no, don't do that. Okay, whatever. So this is the official policy. If you're here by 8:05 a.m., everybody was today, all right, you're here. If you're here at 8:06 to 8:15, you're tardy. If you happen to walk in at 8:16, you can still stay for class, but you're absent. That's not my rule. That is a Rankin rule. Now, things happen. One of you, I don't remember who it was, it doesn't matter. But somebody came up to me, it might have been you, Devin, I don't remember, but came up and said to me the other day, there was an accident on A. There was nothing I can do. You know what? I'll believe you. Now, if you start coming in and every day telling me that, then I'm going to be a little bit suspect. All right? And it's not your class, it's the afternoon class. But I'm supposed to let both classes know. Now, I've got a problem because one of my afternoon students, he works until after 12 o'clock, and he's got to get there at 12:35. You know, so he's got to go, and he's got to go to his car and change his clothes, etc., and do everything else. He usually gets there right when class starts. All right? And again, when people say, yeah, but it's hard to get up in the morning, it's a lot of things. But you've been told. I'm just going to leave it at that. All right, that's first thing. Second thing, just so you're aware of this, tomorrow is the last day I'm going to do anything from the textbook that we've been using. All right, I am going to go over chapters 17 through 20 tomorrow. No test on them, no nothing on them. All right. Now, chapter 17, we've talked about just about everything that's in there, just so you know. How to design a website. All right, chapter 18, what I'm going to try to do by tomorrow morning, I got to remember to do this, is to set all of you up with accounts on the Rankin server. And after we do that, I'm going to have every one of you see if you can get to the Rankin server. Because by the end of the semester, December 20th, which I believe is the last day of the semester, and when you think about that, that's not even 2 months anymore. All right. On that day, you will have to put out on the Rankin server a working copy of your electronic portfolio. All right. Then 19 and 20, this will be, I think at least, a good lead-in to what we'll be working on for the rest of the week after that. Because after we get done on Tuesday, we're done with this book, we go to the other one, which is another Muroc book, but it's a book on JavaScript and jQuery. All right? The plan right now probably will be to go over, I don't even think we have to go over chapter 1. I'll go over it in like 5 minutes. Why? Because it's the other book. It talks about HTML and it talks about CSS. All right? But if possible, I'd like to get done with maybe 2 and 3. We'll see how it works this week. Like I said, we'll see how it works. And then if we do 4, 5, then 6, 7, then 8, 9, etc., we're only going through chapters 1 through 12. There's just not enough time to go through anything else. What I would like to do is not the last week, because the last week you just want to get stuff done. But after we get done with chapters 1 to 12, then what I may do is spend a class period and go over this stuff. You wouldn't be tested on it. There'd be no written test. There would be no hands-on test. But there's a lot of really good material in here that you should at least see. Can we even go over that much stuff in one class period? I'm not that good. All right, maybe you are, but we'll go through as much of it as we can. And I'll try to hit the high points, as the saying goes. But after tomorrow, all right, after tomorrow, again, you will not need to bring in the book that you have been using. Instead, please bring in the other book, which is the Muroc's JavaScript and jQuery 2nd edition. We will be working with that one then for the rest of the semester. I will tell you, the whole last week rather, that you're here, which is like the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. The last day you have is a Thursday. That whole Monday through Thursday, I guarantee you, I'm not talking. There's going to be nothing unless it's something like this. That's for you to sit there and get all of your work, including your electronic portfolio, done. All right? And most people need time. You've fallen behind on an assignment or whatever. All right, a couple more things, and I'm just let you go. The first thing, a couple of you have emailed me and said, you know, I'm just having a hard time. I don't understand what you mean with the assignment that we're supposed to be working on for the midterm. All right, so what I did was I literally went out and I Googled Bootstrap4 single-page websites. All right, and I found this bootstrapmade.com. You know, it looked as good as anything else, and I clicked on the one that said, we are professional, right there. And here it is. I mean, is it that great? Heck no, but it's just fine. And it shows you in here, they have, if you look, they have a working slide carousel, all right, inside of a Jumbotron, I believe. They've got cards. They've got a background, which you may or may not be able to see there. It's a map of the world, it looks like. They've got some more stuff down here. And I figured that you would go out there and find a site like that, find one and think, I could kind of work with that, and then just go on from there. That was the hope. All right? If I was asking too much with that, then I apologize. But like I said, I thought that's what you'd probably do. And you know what? There might be one or more of you in here that said, you know, I looked at those and I thought I can do better than that. That's even better. Then you're just doing it totally on your own. That's great. All right. Then I went in and I looked up multiple page. All right. And that was here. Multi-page templates. It's called themewagon.com. There are other sites. I mean, go out there and type in Bootstrap4 SPA or Bootstrap4 single page application. You're going to get over 1,000 hits. And probably most of the stuff you see on the first page will be pretty good. All right. And then, like I said, multi-page. And I looked at this one. Thought, well, that one looks kind of neat. This Lux said free HTML5 Bootstrap hotel website template. So I went to that one. There's the home page. So there's the whole home page right there. All right. Then they've got a hotel page. And notice they've even got drop down here. Then there's a services page. There's a blog page. There's a contact page. And you say, well, they're all the same. No, they're not. All right. But I thought, like I said, again, you'd go and you'd find something like that and use that as a start. All right. I don't know if it's better to start with a multi-page one and then change it to a single page, or start with a single page one and change it to a multi-page. I don't know. I guess everybody's different as far as what they get, etc. All right. I do expect, and if you look at this one as an example, you know, you heard this stuff already. I expect that your page that you create is going to be responsive, whether it is one page or whether it is multiple pages. All right. And the last thing I'm going to tell you, because this is, you know, I kind of give you a hint, so to speak. You know, I went in and literally just went to the Bootstrap documentation. This morning, it'd been a while, so I couldn't remember how to do a drop down, and I found that there. So what did I do? I did a right mouse click in a view page source. Well, I must have closed that one. And I found that one. And I used that in one I'm working on. That's not cheating. That's going out and using the documentation. All right. Now, I haven't played with it much. I haven't done much with it. But if you look out here, I mean, here's another example. If you're having trouble with a nav bar, get bootstrap.com/docs/4.0/components/navbar. You literally could create your own site by just going out to here and dragging and dropping in different code, pulling out the stuff that they have and replacing it with the stuff for VBAtHome.com. You know, you'd have to go in and change background colors and change other stuff. And maybe that's what some of you did. All right, maybe it's not. All right, and the last thing. For the second year people, I just was going to show you this. Let's see. This is what they're working on. We're going to start to build a database-driven website in the advanced class. No, I wouldn't not teach you guys that. Not yet. All right, that'd be way too much to expect of you because you haven't had, they've had a year's worth of training plus 8 weeks. You've had 8 weeks. That wouldn't be fair. All right. But we're working on that, and we were working on it in class. We started with this. Show it to you. This was the page that we were working on. All right. Well, it's going to look screwed up because now I'll have to, let me grab it, copy it, paste it in there. Looks screwed up because I didn't have access to my images. So it looked like this. All right. And the idea was that this was going to be a, and there are problems with this page. I'm going to show them to you in a minute. But so you could come down here. If you wanted to buy a Dolphins hat, you click Add to Cart. This changes to one item. Everything that's in there is 20 bucks. You know, I just made that up. And there's 10% tax on everything you buy. We tried to keep it real simple. All right. And then the idea is you get a shopping cart. All right. And when you filled it up with stuff, you can proceed to the checkout. And this actually links up with PayPal. All right. It links up with PayPal, but it's not real PayPal in that it's a PayPal sandbox. So it's a place where you can play, for lack of better words. All right. So we've been working on that as a class. Then we're going to take that and we're going to move it over so it's a server side thing. All right. And eventually, the hope is we're going to be able to upload that to the internet. And they'll have all that stuff out there. All right. Well, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. I decided I'm giving you this. All right. So I'm going to pass this around in just a couple minutes, but I just want to show you what it looks like. All right. There was a guy, I'm older than all of you in here, but there was a guy when I was a kid who played, he played baseball, and his name was Harry Walker. And back in those days, back in the 60s, you didn't have to wear a helmet. You just wore a hat. All right? So he was always fidgeting his hat, so they started calling him Harry the Hat. All right? Don't ask me why, but I've always had a little fixation with the guy. Plus, his brother was a coach of a team that I really liked. All right? So the point is, that's what we have. So if you look here, I made a very simple little jumbotron. And here is a carousel. You know, you can see what's all in here, etc. All right. You may or may not know this, and just in case you don't, this is why I'm telling you this. The optimal size that you can have for a slideshow like this is 1200 by 480. That's the optimal size that you can use to make your slides. All right. And how did I get that? I went to the Bootstrap documentation and found that out. All right. Now, these are not perfect images. They look a little skewed, etc. But I just grabbed some off the internet, and then I went up to, what is it? Under Image Resizer to simpleImageResizer.com. And I went in there, and I said dimensions, and I came in and put 1200 by 480, and then I just picked my image. All right, and then you click it. So again, you know, if I came in here, these are already done. But if I go in and grab, I don't know, here's one. I mean, this is a stupid one, but it's fine. And I click resize, boom, it does it for me. Now if I click download, there it is. Now that, again, that looks funky. All right, but it did it for me automatically. All right. So what I want to show you is this is what it looks like. There's the home page. Not much to it. All right? And then there's an about page. This is information about him. All right? And not formatted very well. These are all clickable right here. And then there's a products page. So if you go to products and you go here, the idea is he's selling hats. So these are hats of all the baseball teams in Major League Baseball. These are hats of all the football teams in the National Football League. And these are the hats of all the basketball teams in the NBA. Now you'll look, if this is 5 across, I tried to get this so it's centered better, but I didn't get it. All right, I'd still have to work on that. You have to use what's called offsets. And my offsets weren't working, but it's acceptable. It's not great, but it's acceptable. And the idea is, again, I took out all the JavaScript, but just to show you, so if I come in here and let's just say I go to products, NFL, and because I'm a Packers fan, I go in here and I grab 3 Packer hats. Boom. Now what happened? Well, notice there's 3 Packer hats in there now. And if I go to my shopping cart, there it is. Got to work on that. Somehow I skewed that. And if I go to the checkout, I've got them here. I can go in here and I can change this. I can add more. You can see how it updates. I can add less. All right. I can remove what's there, which totally removes it. All right. So we're going to do this. I'm going to give you all the HTML, but we're going to do the JavaScript much later in the semester when you've been introduced to JavaScript, so you can see the power of using this. All right. So what I have for you, and I'm done now, but what I have for you is, and I got it on a flash drive here. I want to make sure I'm showing you the right one. All right. And what's on there is the CSS I used, which is not much. All of the images, and you notice I've got a lot of images here. All right. The JavaScript, which is empty right now, we'll work on that later. And all of the different pages that I have. So they're there. And again, the main problem, so to speak, with this, and I just wanted to show this to you. No, do I still have that on there? Okay, let's do this. Oh, there it is. Okay. There's really only one major problem with this website the way it stands right now, and I just wanted to show that to you. All right, then I promise I'm finished. I should be able to grab this one, should work just fine. So if you look at this page, it's responsive. All right, brings up the hamburger menu, etc. Not too bad. If I go to the About page, these images, because I played with them a little, they're not totally responsive. What do I mean? That really doesn't look good. All right, that should be fixed. But the rest of the page is responsive. Then I go out to the last thing, and I'm going to go to NBA first. And if you look, that's responsive. It looks pretty decent. It's not fantastic, but it looks pretty decent. All right. I go to Major League Baseball. And again, that the same kind of way. It looks pretty good. All right. Where it breaks up is under Products NFL. This actually is centered, and the first row looks fine. Notice as I go down how it starts looking screwy. Well, part of the problem is there are absolutely no media queries in here, and we need one for this. So this one is off, so to speak. All right? But that's the only thing that I could see that was really in bad shape on this site. You also have in here a miscellaneous thing, and this is, just so you see this, I got sent this book last week. I get sent free stuff once in a while. Jumpstart Responsive Web Design. It's a 164-page book on how to do responsive websites. All right? We've done a little bit of that in class, but this is some more. All right? So I'm giving you this. And like I said, it's all on the F drive here. Double check and make sure that, okay. Should be the only thing that's on there. That's all I've got to say. Hopefully that helped, like I said, because some of you had asked me questions. Like I said, for the single page site, I went out to bootstrapmade.com, one word, bootstrapmade.com. And for the multiple page site, I removed it already, but I just Googled multiple page Bootstrap website.